Hello, this is Lynn from Lynn's Corner, where you get your inspirational tea. And when we talk about inspirational tea, we're talking about the information that you need to keep you going. Most people, when they hear about, oh, what's the tea, what's going on, they're talking about the gossip, what's new, what's happening. And for some people, that keeps them going. But for those of you who are trying to be on a different path, trying to be on your spiritual journey, trying to be a better version of yourself, maybe you used to be interested in getting the tea, but here you're going to get the inspirational tea. You're going to get the things that are going to make you a better person. And I'm Lynn. You haven't seen me for a while. You haven't heard from me in a good little while. Life gets hectic, things get going on. I went back to work. And so things got really hectic. But then I said, you know what? I need to get back to what I was doing. I need to take the time to talk to my people like I had been talking to my people when I was relaxing and chilling and retired. So I wanted to come on here today to talk to you all about this eclipse that's happening. And I know that you all have heard, or maybe you haven't, so many people talk about the eclipse. April the 8th is the eclipse. Don't look out. Don't look up. Gotta have the particular glasses. All of that. You've heard all of that. But I don't know how many of you have heard spiritually about the eclipse. And for those who, believe in astrology, what the eclipse actually means for those who are on a spiritual journey. As many of you know, I am heavily into the moon. And I talk about, what you do during the new moon, what you do during the full moon, and what you can even do during other moon phases. And so this eclipse, the energy that's going to emanate from this eclipse is almost the same kind of energy that you get during the new moon, but on steroids, right? So what does that mean? That means that this is going to be the energy where you want to manifest. And we talk about that. You hear people talk about manifest all the time. To the point where manifest is almost like a catchphrase. Like, it was a point in time for me that the word manifest annoyed me, because maybe back in 2022, everybody was talking about 2021, 22, and 21, 22, maybe 20. But everybody was talking about manifesting. People who really didn't even understand what manifesting meant were talking about it. So instead of saying manifest, let's say that we're going to put our intentions out there. What is it that we want to see happen? Not only what is it that we want to see happen, but number two, what is it that we believe will happen for us? That's the question. And so that's Monday is going to be the time to really, not only are you going to want to set your intentions, but you're going to want to also be in a state of receiving. Be in a mindset of receiving. I don't know that we're always in that mindset of receiving. We do a lot of asking for things, a lot of manifesting, a lot of hoping, a lot of wishing. But to be in a state of receiving means that we know something is coming for us. We know good things are coming for us. You know, so we also, while we are manifesting or setting intentions, we want to make sure that we are in a state, in a posture of receiving what is going to be ours. It's high energy. It's going to be high energy. Need to stay focused, need to stay hydrated. And I don't know if anybody else has noticed, but the energy has been really, really heavy. I know for me, I have felt the energy has just been really heavy, and not necessarily in a bad way, but just heavy, really heavy. And so we want to set some intentions. We want to take some spiritual baths. That's another thing we need to do. Make sure that we are spiritually cleansing ourselves. Take our spiritual baths. If you go on, look a few videos back that I have done, I talk about that spiritual bath, spiritual cleansing. I mean, it can be something as basic as Epsom salt in your water, you know, cleansing yourself, rinsing yourself off, or take a shower and then rinse yourself off using Epsom salt. If you have herbs, that's even better. That's even better, but you want to just cleanse, okay? Because when this energy is heavy like it is, you tend to carry just carry more. If you're a spiritual person, you feel a heaviness, and so you got to cleanse all of that. You got to cleanse all of that. Cleanse it and get yourself ready to receive, right? Get yourself ready to receive what's coming, because the last eclipse that we had like this, the last total solar eclipse we had like this, I think it was in 2017. I remember it because I missed it. I was dating a guy at the time, and I should have paid attention because he was supposed to take me and my children, interesting enough, to see the total solar eclipse, and he showed up an hour late, maybe an hour and a half. It was something extremely late. I remember that, and I should have took heed to that then, that, you know, he was not a responsible person. So that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother topic on red flags, and I'll do information, or I'll do a video on that in the future. But I remember that was 2017, and my sons and I missed it because we were waiting on someone to come pick us up and take it. So during that time, I was not as spiritually awake as I am now. I was not clear, and I was not practicing, you know, my spiritual rituals and things that I have that I do. But now it's going to be interesting feeling this energy of the solar eclipse and being fully present and aware spiritually. I really look forward to it. But I definitely would suggest to you all to just set your intentions, you know. And don't just, you know, a lot of times we set intentions, and people say all the time that they want money, you know. That's one big manifestation thing that I hear people talking about is money. I want money. But when you talk about money, what specifically do you want to do with the money? You know what I'm saying? Do you want money to be able to buy more clothes for your children, you know, or to be able to get your car fixed, or what specifically do you want the money for? And do you want money, or do you want wealth? That's another conversation too. Do you want money, or do you want wealth? That's two different things. And so I think when we make our intentions or manifestations, we need to be very crystal clear on what it is that we are calling in to ourselves from the universe. Universe, God, source, whatever your higher power is, whatever you call your higher power, but we need to make sure that we're clear. And not only making sure that we're clear on what we're calling in, we need to really make sure, and this is something that I have learned along the way, we need to make sure that we ourselves, that our hearts are in the right place. You know, when we go about our daily routines, how we are dealing with the people on our jobs, how we are dealing with our children, how we are dealing with others in the stores that we go into. Are we operating as one of my spiritual mentors says, Isis? Are we operating from the heart space? You know, or are we quick to get an attitude? Are we one of those people that, you know, it doesn't take much for us to boom, we get ready to tell somebody off, we get ready to let her know or let him know, or all of that? Where are we and how are we operating on a day-to-day basis? I'm telling you, that matters. That matters. Whether or not we're operating in the heart space, it matters. It really, really matters. And when you're setting intentions and you want manifestations, but you're walking around and your heart is not right, your heart ain't right, I don't know. You know, I can't speak on anybody else's manifestations or intentions, but I know one thing I can say for myself, that the more pure my heart gets, the more that I operate from my heart space, the more peaceful my life becomes, and the more I see my manifestations come to fruition. But you know, when you're operating in negative energy, but you're trying to call in positive energy, that's like oil and water. The two can't reside in the same space. They can't reside in the same space. So you want to make sure that your energy in general, what you are, when you come into the room, to a room, how do others feel? What are you exuding from yourself? Because you could come in a room and not say one word, but your energy speaks for itself. It does, before you open up your mouth. So how are you navigating throughout your day? You want to talk about what it is that you want, but what are you giving back in your day-to-day when you're walking around? What are you giving back? What are you giving back, and what are you giving off? Think about that. Think about it, because that's something I definitely had to learn myself, you know. Walking around. And I can't say that I have been an angry person. Definitely not angry, but there was a time when I always played the victim. There was always somebody always had done something to me. Always, always, always. Guess what happened to me today? Guess what she said to me? Guess what he said? That energy, that victim energy, it does nothing. It's stagnant. It sits, and nothing can penetrate. And really, when you're playing the role of the victim, you bring in a lot of negativity to you. You get more of the same, and that's really with any energy. You emanate positive energy, you're going to get positive energy drawn to you. So I think that we need to make sure that we're checking ourselves on a regular basis. Checking ourselves on a regular basis to see, what are we giving out? Let's not wait for these big days, 6-7 years. Oh, this is going to happen. This event is going to happen, or the full moon is coming, the new moon is coming. So I'm going to see what I can get from it. Got to clean all of this up first. You got to clean all up in through here first. You know, kind of like when you're younger, you know, you asking your, well, Mom, can I get some candy? You need to clean your room first. Same kind of thing. You need to wash those dishes. You can't go outside till you wash the dishes. You get those dishes washed, then yes, I'll let you go outside. It's the same thing. Clean up all of this right here before you start requesting all of these things that you want. Because on this spiritual journey, it is work. It's work. It is work, and the work is never ending. Like you are never 100% together. You're never 100% together. You know, I know you hear about, or maybe you haven't, about shadow work and the things that you need to do, the dark shadows within yourself that you need to work on and correct. Well, by the time you work on one thing, I'm telling you, something else is going to trigger another thing, and then there's something else that you need to work on. So it's constant and it's never ending, but it is so rewarding. It's so rewarding. So make sure that, yes, you're setting intentions for April the 8th. Make sure that you are cleansing your own energy, you know, because like I said, it's heavy. But also make sure you're coming from the right place. Are you operating in the heart space? Are you giving as much as you're requesting? I just had a conversation with somebody else the other day talking about there are givers and two types of people in the world. You hear that all the time. There's two types of people. I remember I used to hear that a lot when I was younger. There are two types of people in the world: givers and takers. And you don't want to be a constant taker. You don't want to be one of the ones that's constantly asking the universe, God, source, Father, Mother. You don't want to be one of those kind of people that's constantly asking. That's a taker. And I think we all know some takers. You may be one yourself. It's time to give. It's time to give. Yes, we're going to have requests from the universe, God, source. But we need to also make sure we're giving. We need to stay cleansed. We need to operate from the heart space. These are all things that we need to do. We cannot walk around continuing in our mess without being willing to let go of some things that we need to let go of, because you holding on to this, but you trying to receive this. You can't receive it because you holding on to this. And so this could be your mess. Holding on to this could be your attitude. Holding on to this could be a man. Holding on to this could be a woman. It could be anything. But in order for us to receive what it is that we're requesting from the universe, from spirit, from God, from source, we have got to be able to release some things, let some things go, clean all of this up, operate from the heart space, okay? And be in a posture of gratitude and receiving. Because I'm telling you, powerful things, I can feel it. Powerful things are going to be coming online. I can feel it. I had a scenario that happened last week that was amazing. It was totally amazing. I was like, whoa, the energies. And if you, everybody, I believe that everybody has gifts, but if you are spiritually inclined and you have spiritual gifts, you may have noticed that within the past, I'm going to say 6 months, those spiritual gifts have heightened. They have increased. I don't know if it's just me, but yeah, those spiritual gifts have definitely increased highly. within the past 6 months, and I'm going to say within the past month. It's just amazing. So those are some things I want you to take away with you from Lynn's Corner. Get your intentions together for Monday. Cleanse out heavy energy. And I would suggest cleansing out that heavy energy prior to Monday. Start tonight, just cleansing, spiritual baths, using herbs, even vinegar you can cleanse with spiritually. Water within itself is cleansing. You can set intentions with water. You can do that. Like while you're in your bath within water, or while you're in a shower, set your intentions, because water activates things. I don't know if you've ever heard that, but I'll do a video on that as well, about the power of water. A lot of us don't know it. We need to, even the water that we drink, we need to speak over that water. We need to activate that water, as the Share Star Goddess says. But yeah, we need to speak over that water. But anyway, like I said, get ready to set your intentions, cleanse, work on how you're operating on a day-to-day basis, because you don't want to constantly be requesting and asking, manifesting, setting intentions, but you're operating out of energy that is not from the heart space. And finally, we want to let go of what doesn't serve us anymore, so that we can hold on to and grab the things that are coming for us, because things will come for you. You let things go. Just look at your life. When you look at things that have happened, when you have let certain things go, just really release things, other doors open up. New people come in. I was in a stage or phase in my life where people were leaving left and right. People that I had been close to, but I wasn't aligned to the people. And I wasn't aligned, but I wasn't willing to let the people go. So you know what? Universe just pulled them on out. I looked up, oh, so-and-so's mad at me. I didn't know why, but they should have been gone from out of my life anyway. Right? So why don't you go ahead on and do the work of releasing, pruning. You know how they prune outside the garden? People are gardening. They prune. You do the work of releasing so you can receive, right? And be in alignment. All right. So I hope I helped somebody today. If you have any questions, leave the questions below. I'll be happy to answer them. If you want to email me, you can email me at linsinspirationalcorner@gmail.com. Thanks for taking the time out today. See you soon.